Hey everybody, it's Mark with Flexmark Elk Calls. I'm going to do something completely outside the box and something that we've never done before. But on this particular video, everybody who watches, likes, and drops a comment and who's a subscriber to the channel will win a chance to hunt with Flexmark Elk Calls in September of 2020 for the archery hunt. Hopefully we can take down a couple bulls together. I'm very serious. This is on, folks. Let's get going. Well, we are off on the adventure, leaving my family in Rigby, Idaho to go out with this guy, Mr. Bill Berger, retired Army. We are headed out to Missouri, folks. Out to shoot my first whitetails.
The good thing about this spot is you cover a lot of property. You can cover a lot of property, and it's open where the deer cross. Places in the country, there's always deer standing down here in the bottom under these trees.
Always.
Every time I drive down here, I said, "You park on that hill up here with your truck." Really? Yeah. Out there, might be deer right down there right now. I don't know. There's one. See, I see right. Turn right back around and come out here.
Came back out, yeah.
I'll pull up here, Mark. So you can... Try to get that deer to stop and head on me, because in 8 seconds he'll walk across there and you'll never see him again.
From sight till gone in just a few seconds.
So you got to be on your toes. Even that if it seems like you're going to have time to screw around and measure it up, you probably won't. Now does will walk out and feed and gom around. Your bucks usually don't stick around. They don't stick around as long as.
So we are out on this property and getting a first look at what we will be hunting tomorrow. I've got behind me here, well, you can't see that with the sun, but this is the blind I'm going to be sitting in tomorrow with Bill. I'm so excited. It's going to be so sweet. It's opening morning.
Opening morning. Are we ready?
Ready, sunshine?
Or something.
Let's go, Sparky.
What does hunting, first of all, mean to you?
Well, it means basically the same thing as it would to a Western hunter. It's getting out, enjoying the environment, and managing the property to promote not just whitetail deer, but when you manage your property correctly with warm season grasses and things like that, burning every 2 years, supplements or actually facilitates the warm season grass covers for all types of wildlife.
Yeah.
Not just white-tailed deer, but and when you go out in the environment to hunt, whether it's turkey or whitetail or whatever, you enjoy all the wildlife when you're out. And the thing,
all right,
the biggest thing is
that's my post for tonight.
When you as far as managing for whitetail specifically, is we try to let, at least us and a few of our neighbors, try to let the 8 pointers walk. If you're gonna kill, trophy class whitetails, large whitetails, you gotta let the 8 pointers go if you want to see the bigger ones, because if you shoot all the 8s, it's kind of it's really a fact that nobody can deny. So. If you can, you ought to let the younger buck. And if you're wanting just food, meat deer, which is great too. We try to harvest some does.
That is a heck of a 2-point, 4-point, whatever.
She's really close to that point. That's why she's all alone and he's right there. Notice she's grazing, but he's stubborn. He's just waiting for that moment when she'll say, okay.
All right. So we're going to pass on this buck.
All right. He's a really nice buck for sure, but any other hunter would shoot that buck in a heartbeat. Very few would let him walk. This land, with the way that they have prepared it, cultivated it, planted proper trees, thinned out certain areas, the way that they've managed it, I'm totally on board with what they're trying to do here. And even though that deer is bigger than any deer I've ever shot, I've only shot 2 deer in my life. Mule deer, and they weren't as big as that whitetail. But there's something also empowering about that. Be able to believe in a way of management of some land and to honor those wishes. Being in a blind is all about, man, this is fun stuff. With good friends, this is just amazing to see these animals and watch them like this from a blind and dressing like a creamsicle.
When you've got thousands of acres and multiple sections that you can freely roam on public land and hunt, you know, that makes, you know, the chasing and the stalking of, you know, elk and mule deer, that makes not only possible, but it's very feasible. Most of Missouri is not locked up in total private like, say, the state of Texas is, but it's a little metropolitan, and the smaller sections of property, what people own, are much smaller sections than you would have out west. So you're bordered by roads, you're bordered by neighbors and things like that. So you just can't take off and free stalk, you know, and walk miles like you can out west. It just doesn't make sense. So you all you can do is control the management of the property you own, and you do what you can.
So this is the ammo that I'm using this year from Winchester. Factory load, 125 grain, deer season XP. I've shot pretty tight patterns with it at the range, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna go see if I hit my doe well enough. Wasn't quite sure. Trying to whip around the gun, so.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. There's the exit. Can't see in there, can you? There's the entry. And there's the exit. Did a job on a nice mature doe.
The deer seem to be holding up in heavy timber cover, which is natural. That's where they would run to when there's hunters and orange running all over it around shooting. So I'm gonna try to get the guys, you know, closer to where they're holding up now. A management buck, if you will, is what they call it. Yeah, when you take it in order to manage the herd to better genetics by removing the more prolific genetics from.
I'll shoot a management buck. It'll be the one with
No, we're hoping for
one antler out the side.
Yeah, Yeah, anything with a bunch of trash, bones sticking everywhere. Yeah,
Shoot those.
It would be probably a genetic, non-typical abomination.
Okay. It was so fascinating to have a different style of hunt, you know, and I'm out here looking through every stick, every piece of bush, you know, to see if I can pick out that deer. And every oak leaf that falls down draws your attention like did I just see an ear flick? And I, sitting in the blind, behind the blind, I guess I would say, I felt exactly the same types of feelings that I felt out chasing elk in central mountains of Idaho, where I hunt. I felt the same things. I felt the exhilaration. I felt the nervousness, the anxiousness. And you stuck me in that blind this morning, and I watched it go from dark to light. And I had my headphones on me, the electronic ones, you know, amplified all the sounds. It was exhilarating for me, having never done it before. And I'm hearing my stomach grumble through these electronic earphones, and I'm thinking, holy crap, was that a buck? That's what was going through my mind, and then I realized I had these headphones on.
Well, you did hear your first whitetail grunt today.
I did.
So that's cool. Right?
Yeah, and I did get up close and personal with these animals.
The hunting out of boxes, like, and you see redneck blinds on TV advertised all the time nowadays, anyway. But back, you know, probably pre 1995, you didn't see much of that. Most folks still went out in the timber and, you know, sit down against a tree and hunted. And I think a lot of the assumptions were, well, you know, whitetail deer is not even going to walk nowhere near a box out there.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, and don't even talk about a turkey, because, you know, they're so wary, which they are very wary. But for whatever reason, the deer and the turkey walk right up to these boxes, these hunting boxes or hunting hay bales or whatever you got, and they don't seem to be bothered at them at all. And I think part of that is these types of blinds, they do contain your scent to a certain point.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, they isolate your scent. They're kind of an abstract object that they're somewhat used to seeing, whether it be houses or, you know, hay bales or things like that really never move, and they don't. And once they're in an area for a while, they're not bothered by them at all. And when you get in it, they can silhouette you at times in the windows. So sometimes I'll put up a veil behind and next to me just to keep them from silhouetting me inside. But other than that, they're a very effective hunting method. They're and if for the guys that are getting up in age, you know, they seem to provide a considerable amount of comfort, and especially with a buddy heater, things like that. So some people, hunting out of a blind has brought hunting to a lot of people. The large bucks, even if you manage a property for them like that, they're still a whitetail. They're still very wary. They're still more discreet than the other whitetails, you know, being does or yearlings or something like that. They seem to know how to navigate, even when you have boxes, and it's amazing. So.
Yeah, well, you mentioned how fun it is to hunt whitetail, and I kind of had that experience this morning as it was getting light. You know, it wasn't light enough to fully see it. I mean, technically it was legal, but down there, you know, where I was in the trees and the oaks and stuff, it was pretty hard to see still. But I saw this big, you know, what I considered a decent, he may have been a shooter, right? Just this whitetail moving through the back timber back there on a trail that I couldn't see, just moving like a ghost. Right. You know, from one tree to the next, and I'm like, dude, slow down. I gotta get a picture of you.
You know, sitting in the blind with your kids and talking about stuff and whatever, and hunting at the same time. I mean, it's all of that. And you know, like back to the management piece, if you know, you manage it right and plant wildlife plots and stuff like that, you'll see lots of game. You'll preserve the game for, you know, your future generations and whatnot, instead of, you know, strip mowing it for everything. And I would say you hit on it. You enjoyed, and you enjoyed the true essence of what it's all about, and we were glad to have you out. Appreciate you coming out with Bill. And whitetail are extremely robust animal. In fact, they're starting to even populate areas out west where they haven't been seen before. I think Bill They're near,
Yeah,
in
that's
Idaho.
right.
In Idaho, you start seeing more and more of them where they didn't used to be around out there. They're a very tough animal. They're very resilient. They're very wary. They do adapt real well, and I think that's a testament to how robust, how strong they are. It's just amazing. I mean, we've all had blood trails or whitetails, and it's just like, how is this guy still going?
Yeah.
And it just blows your mind. It's hard to explain.
Do you have a hunting nickname?
For myself?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I know a sleeping turkey.
Yeah, we have a.
Isn't that what it was, sleeping turkey?
We have a sleeping turkey. I don't know if you want to hear that story, but
probably not. I might not get out of here alive.
well, I guess if there is a downfall or a sin of a box blind, if you do happen to get too comfortable, some people fall asleep, and that wasn't me, by the way. Some people do fall asleep, and when the gobblers are in full strut out in front of you, and nothing happens. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, Larry, thanks again for just taking a few minutes for me,
Sure.
To catch up. And that's so amazing what you guys are doing down here. And so, congratulations on the awesome business that you have. It was sure fun to see your cast bullets. It's a new style of shooting that I hadn't seen before, and I didn't come into shooting and hunting naturally, so I'm a transplant.
Right.
I guess.
Well, I think I mentioned to you. There's a lot of hunters out there. I mean, a lot of guys pick up their high-power rifle and go hunting. I mean, that's what we did this weekend. But there's also a lot of guys that still they'll load black powder cartridge rifles, 45, 70s, things like that, with cast bullets and go out. And the muzzle loaders also. I mean, I go muzzle loader hunting. And to me, that's akin to a bow. You're getting more back to traditional shooting and things like that. And I happened to 3 or 4 years ago, I was lucky enough to be able to purchase SPG bullet lube, and so now I make that as a side. It's a proven product, and it seems to work. Keeps the black powder fouling soft. And,
Yeah.
It's been successful in the Winter Circle and national events. And anyway, it's been it's something I've done for over 25 years. And, in addition to hunting whitetail and things like that. So.
Well, congratulations. That's a busy life. I know, because I'm there with you. It's a busy life, but it's fun to be connected to the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I never would have thought I was going to be, have the opportunity to get into something like that. And you know that as well as I do, making probably the hottest elk call on the market right now, from what I'm hearing. So
Well, we're busy. Well, that's for sure. So, well, Larry, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, brother.
Thank you. It's enjoyed having you.